Hi, Leo and Leo Rising. Here is your horoscope for March 2025. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. Okay, buckle up big time because this month we have some weird energy coming in. And this has a lot to do with the eclipses. We have two eclipses this month. We have a lunar eclipse that's going to light up your second house of income and values. And then we have a solar eclipse on the 29th that's going to light up this ninth house of beliefs and philosophy and meaning of life and purpose. And that's going to be big, but that's not really the big news. The big news is we've got Venus going retrograde and we have Mercury going retrograde as well. And Neptune is going to finally leave Pisces in your 8th house and go into your 9th house for the first time like in 120 years. So that's the real big news. And it's a very interesting month because we have this push and pull energy that's going to be very strong. The push energy is the solar eclipse in Aries, the sun going into Aries, all in this 9th house. But at the same time, with Venus and Mercury being retrograde in Aries and the lunar eclipse on the 14th dragging you backwards, it's like trying to drive that car with the parking brakes on and your foot on the brake. It's just a weird energy. So if you're a rising sign in Leo or if your sun sign is in Leo, this pertains to you. Again, this is a very general overview because everyone's birth chart is different. The alignments are different and everyone's birthday is completely different along with their charts. So again, this has to be a very general overview, but you'll get the gist of the dynamics that are taking place here from this reading. So we start off, the sun is your ruler. It's going through Pisces. And as you can see here, all these planets are in Pisces, including the North Node. And notice it's conjunct Neptune, which means that you're going in a new direction or something is changing for you psychologically, financially, your spiritual beliefs. This is all on the table as we begin this month. Now, this is very common because Pisces is the sign that represents religion and spiritual beliefs. And the 8th house is the deepest part of your soul, and so you're thinking about everything from the past, all these past situations, past relationships, financial matters, financial changes, all of that stuff is on the table. And so this is going to highlight all of this, especially as we go through Pisces season, as the sun is making its way closer to Saturn, and then there won't be really a conjunction with Mercury, but it'll eventually conjunct the North Node and Neptune, which will more than likely happen around the middle of the month. So we've got a sort of confusing, sort of coming to realization type of month for many of you. And this is part of it, most of the energy there. Pluto is now going through your 7th house. It's transforming all your relationships and all your situations. And Mars is also now moving direct, fortunately, but it's in the 12th house, and it does not work very well in Cancer or in the 12th house. So it's like, I want to just be by myself, leave me alone kind of thing. Now, we start off the month with Venus beginning her retrograde motion. Now, we started off the year with Mars in retrograde. Now we have Venus in retrograde. Now, these are the inner planets. Mercury, Venus, and Mars are the inner planets. These are the personal planets, meaning that they affect us more because of their retrogrades, meaning we go internal, we go to the past. And with Venus retrograding up here in the 9th house, you're not sure what to believe anymore. You're not sure what direction you're going in. You're not sure of your current relationships, whether it's business or personal. So there's a lot of confusion in the mix this month with relationships because of Venus going retrograde in this 9th house. So you may return to things from the past, situations, people, financial matters. And this is all going to last until about the middle of April. So about a month and a half or so is what we have here with this dynamic of Venus going retrograde. So, we're going to have to just get through it. I said this at the beginning of 2025. It's going to be the first 4 months or so are going to be challenging for everybody, because the energy is heavy and it's going backwards. Mercury enters Aries does not help much, but Mercury entering Aries sharpens our minds. We get quicker focus. We speak our minds at a rapid pace. Mercury works well in Aries. And so we are thinking very quick. We're figuring things out. And in the ninth house, it has a lot to do with your belief systems, sense of adventure, being a little bit more optimistic. So we're going to be going back and forth between optimism and uncertainty this month. But Mercury is going to go retrograde this month, which means it's going to slow down and go within once again. So enjoy the Mercury direct while it lasts, because about the 15th or so, it's going to go retrograde. Now, the total lunar eclipse in Virgo. Now, this usually brings in endings, completions, realizations. It's going to be here at 23 degrees of Virgo in your second house of income and value. And so something pertaining to financial matters, investments, possibly even moving, because the moon represents the home and the foundation, something to do with maybe someone's health, well-being, psychological well-being. This is all on the table here. But endings, what I mean by that is it could be, wanting to move away, wanting to leave a job, wanting to sell a company. Total eclipses are very powerful because the sun is completely blocked out. And over the course of the next 6 months to a year, this will begin to reveal itself in the second house. So maybe investments have run their course. Maybe you're, focusing on well-being, physical well-being. Maybe you're selling off, assets of some kind. This is all going to be on the table with this total lunar eclipse. Now, because it's the second house of values, you may be coming to some sort of realizations about things, about the whole financial system, about your place in it, what your value is. All of this stuff falls under this umbrella of this total lunar eclipse. So this is going to be very, very important. As you can see here, the sun, your ruler of your chart, is basically, being activated by all this Pisces energy. And Pisces energy, once again, can dissolve matters. It could bring things to a realization where it goes, I no longer need that. This is no longer useful to me. I have to move on from this. And so this could have something to do with a contract or an agreement or shared resources, something to do with insurance. The eighth house represents death and rebirth, not just physical death, but also a rebirthing that takes place, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So there's that possibility as well, like you're reinventing yourself or needing to reinvent yourself. So this is all on the table during this lunar eclipse. So keep that in mind. Now, Mercury goes retrograde on the 15th, that making these two planets both in retrograde mode. And this will last all the way until the middle of April. And so this just slows things down even more. It just makes like we have to go within and figure things out. I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know what I want to be. This is the kind of mindset with both Mercury and Venus in Aries, because Aries represents the self. So we become more self-aware, but we have more doubt. And so this is how it works in astrology. And the fact that Mars is in Cancer, a very self-protective sign, in the 12th house doesn't help much either. So you could see here, I'm just going to suggest to everyone, please don't take this energy personally, like it's only happening to you. Everyone is feeling this energy. And it's depending on where it is in the chart and how it's aligned in their personal birth chart, everyone's feeling this. So the key is not to feed into fears or anxiety, but understand the cycles that are hitting and how we could adjust or need to adjust. That's the key here. Okay, so Mercury and Venus will give us plenty of opportunity to go down memory lane. Now the sun enters Aries, which is usually pretty positive, as you can see here. So there's a little bit of sense of optimism that's coming into view here. But once again, it's going to eventually run into Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, which will amplify doubts and worries or insecurities. But the sun, being that it's your ruler of Leo, can bring a little bit more optimism. So I would suggest embracing physical activity, taking a short trip, enjoying some quiet time by yourself, just doing something peaceful and only you could appreciate. That's what Aries represents. But Aries is also the first sign of the zodiac, which means things pertaining to rebirth and new beginnings are absolutely on your mind. So I would say, write them down, but better to take advantage of them in the middle of April, not this month. Now, Venus going retrograde goes back into Pisces and it runs right into Neptune. So again, you're at a crossroads with a confusing issue either pertaining to a relationship or a financial matter because of this Neptune, and you may be in a situation where it may be unrealistic. So there seems to be lots of confusion here and not sure which way to turn with this current situation. Do the best you can. Remember, Venus retrograde is not that great for figuring things out with relationships either, or things from the past that resurface that you have to deal with. Now, the new moon solar eclipse definitely helps a bit. But there's this heavy psychological stuff going on here. But this solar eclipse is going to set the wheels in motion once again. So we had the total lunar eclipse down here, but now the new moon solar eclipse sets the wheels in motion in the 9th house. So it's like you're regrouping, getting ready to change, move on, explore, travel, learn something new, or to believe in something new. That's what this new moon is going to do for many of you. Since it's an eclipse, can take up to 6 months to a year to manifest. And so this is going to be monumental. Okay, so please do a little meditation and realize who you are, and begin to start a new course, a new set of belief systems. Here we have Mercury going retrograde in Pisces as well. Again, it's going to be closely aligned to Venus and, of course, Neptune. So we're looking at a confusing time of what the hell is happening, what am I supposed to do kind of mindset. But you got to work through that because, there is no going back from this point forward. We have to adapt to the new frequencies and energies. Okay, that's how it works. And last but not least, this big news right here with Neptune entering Aries for the first time in like 100 years or so in the 9th house is going to absolutely transform your belief systems, your ideology, your political leanings, all of that stuff, because this is a new, fresh start. Neptune in Aries is like, you know what? I got to leave the old me behind. I can't believe in that stuff anymore. I need to move forward. For some, they're going to turn to religion or spirituality to move forward because Neptune represents that. And so with all the Aries energy right now at the end of the month, you are getting ready to reset. You're getting ready to start something new. You're getting ready to go in a new direction, especially with your belief systems. So there's the overview, folks. And if you want to know more, I do an extended version of this horoscope in my inner circle. I left the link down below. As you can see here, I do weekly astrology videos. I do an extended version. I teach astrology. We do remote viewing. And every Sunday we have Zoom calls where members could ask me any questions they want. If they want me to take a look at their chart real quick, I will, and answer one or two questions for them. And the members are constantly engaging with each other and posting stuff, and everyone's kind of on the same wavelength in the community. So consider joining. There's a 7-day free trial. Look around, see if it's for you. And hopefully I look forward to seeing you in the community. All right, so make the best of this month. Major month for change. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.